So tired, I'm missing my own bag. I don't feel it in my leg, but boy, right in my lower back. I tell you there, and in my forearms. So one of the workers asked me, he said, well, what do you think it would take for an American to come out here and do this job? And I think it would take like $30 an hour. Guaranteed, like not even based on the buckets that they get. And then when you'd go to the grocery store, your orange juice would cost $12. Because after being here, I tell you what, I don't think most of you would do this job. That's the fact. I couldn't even imagine like having to do this every day, 6 days a week for your whole life.
And why don't I hire Americans? The simple answer is we can't get the workers. No American ever calls. No American ever shows up. That's why we are so grateful for the guys that are willing to come and do the work here on the farm. We can't do this without them. And we can't do this with people in our local communities a lot of the time.
So Florida said, fuck it, we got rid of all our undocumented migrants. We're going to replace them with 14-year-old kids. Yes, Florida is putting...
Fafo season continue. You're being told you play around and these are the results.
So Florida said, fuck it, we got rid of all our undocumented migrants. We're going to replace them with 14-year-old kids. Yes, Florida is pushing a bill that would allow 14-year-olds to work overnight in goddamn factories to replace migrant workers that have been gone, that left because they are being deported, or they were fear being deported, or they were fear being put in ICE detention. This is some bullshit. So we get rid of the education system so we can make workers. I could have sworn Project 2025 had something like this. I could have sworn we said this shit during the election, that Trump and the Republican Party likes your children stupid so they can put them to work. The 1% does not need thinkers. They need workers. They need bodies. Hell, even goddamn Elon mama said, I need y'all to work for my son. What part of y'all, I don't understand how y'all don't see this shit. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with classism. And the 1% don't want your children educated, smart, thinking for themselves, starting their own businesses. They want their asses in those factories working to keep them rich and keep their children rich and keep their children's rich. And if this shit passes in Florida, Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama are not too far behind. Oh, let's add Oklahoma too. So Florida said, fuck it, we got rid of all our undocumented migrants. We're going to replace them with 14-year-old kids. Yes, Florida is pushing a bill that would allow 14-year-olds to work overnight in goddamn factories to replace migrant workers that have been gone, that left because they are being deported, or they were fear being deported, or they were fear being put in ICE detention. This is some bullshit. So we get rid of the education system so we can make workers. I could have sworn Project 2025 had something like this. I could have sworn we said this shit during the election, that Trump and the Republican Party likes your children stupid so they can put them to work. The 1% does not need thinkers. They need workers. They need bodies. Hell, even goddamn Elon mama said, I need y'all to work for my son. What part of y'all, I don't understand how y'all don't see this shit. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with classism. And the 1% don't want your children educated, smart, thinking for themselves, starting their own businesses. They want their asses in those factories working to keep them rich and keep their children rich and keep their children's rich. And if this shit passes in Florida, Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama are not too far behind. Oh, let's add Oklahoma too.
We have some breaking news. In order to replace the workforce that they deported, Florida state legislators just advanced a bill that would allow children as young as 14 to work overnight shifts on school nights. Unfortunately, it doesn't just stop there, because they're advancing another bill that would make it to where they don't have to pay these children minimum wage for working their overnight shift on a school night. Oh, but wait, there's more. This bill would also eliminate the 30-minute meal breaks that these children are legally required to take after working 8 hours. Let's just talk about that for a minute. Florida only has around 53 workers for every 100 available jobs. So instead of accepting the labor and tax money from undocumented migrants, the Republicans think it's a better idea to have 14-year-olds working overnight shifts on school nights for less than minimum wage. That's genuinely fucking insane.
The state of Florida is considering loosening child labor laws because they can't fill jobs because they're scaring away all the undocumented immigrants. The proposal would allow children to work earlier than 6:30 in the morning and later than 11 p.m. at night. It would also allow 14-year-olds to work night shifts even on school days. Also end guaranteed meal breaks for 16 to 17-year-olds. This is obviously due to both state and federal efforts to scare away immigrants in the state of Florida. It's almost like immigrants are necessary for the economy. This, my friends, is F around and find out.
Ready for the ultimate fuck around and find out? Here it comes. Watch this, and then we'll discuss.
I need your help to save my farm and many other farms. Wanted to give you guys
Okay, this Jethro is experiencing the ultimate mega FAFO moment. I don't know if you've seen his videos, but he's posted a couple of videos where he's basically come on here and he said, I voted for Trump because, well, in a nutshell, because he loves Trump's hate agenda. He doesn't like the fact that immigrants are coming here and taking money from the government. Taking money from the government is evil. You should pull up your own bootstraps and work. So in the next sentence, he comes out and he says, I voted for Trump and Trump took away my government subsidy that helped my farm stay in business. So send me money. Trump took away the government subsidy that Biden put in place that kept me in business. Now that Trump took it away, I need your help. Send me money. So my question to you is, do we send this Jethro money? I mean, he is now getting the bill for his hate agenda. His hate agenda comes with a price. He didn't know it. Maybe he didn't realize it. Maybe he thought it would never bounce back on him. But now that it's affecting him personally, he's asking for us to give him money. Now, my answer to this, I don't know what your answer is going to be, whether you want to give him money or not. But my answer is, from me, you get fucko. Because if I were to give you money, Jethro, that would make me woke. And you hate woke. You hate the woke left because they show kindness, compassion, and consideration for other people. And that's just too woke for you. So I'm going to live by your standard. And I'm not going to be woke, which means I'm not going to give you one red fucking cent because that's what I feel you fucking deserve. What about the rest of you? What say you? Do you give them money?
Regarding all these farmers that are now crying about possibly losing their farms because they voted for Trump, this is why you absolutely should not feel bad for any of these farmers that voted for Trump. Now, the ones that didn't vote, yes, feel sorry for them, go support them, do whatever you need to do. But the ones that voted for Trump, do not feel sorry for them, and let me tell you why. I am a builder, and I've been building shit in Oklahoma City going on like 20 years now, and farmers are not stupid. If you have the ability to manage a farm and understand the weather, the climate, your machinery, the chemistry that goes into your crops, you are not a stupid person. You're just not. And especially when you come from generational farming, you have the ability to look ahead and predict what you need to survive. And so when you have two candidates where you have Kamala Harris on one side giving you a whole fucking list of shit that she's going to do for you and make your life better, and then you have Trump on the other side who can't even come out with a normal sounding sentence, and you still vote for that guy and you are a farmer, you are either racist or sexist or both. And they're only crying now because now they are being treated exactly how they voted for other people to be treated. Got that? They are being treated how they voted for other minorities, people of color, everybody else, poor people, sick people. That's how they voted for other people to be treated. And now they're the ones being treated that way by losing their livelihood, their homes, their income, their farms. So do not feel sorry for them. This is exactly what they had coming. Quick follow-up as to why exactly would Trump be doing this to farmers anyways, and I'm guessing 99% chance it's because he wants to bankrupt farms so his corporate buddies can come in and do a land grab. Basically what you have been seeing the last few years, major companies buying up a bunch of rental houses and jacking up the price of rents, and it's all going to corporations. It's probably something similar to let these farms go to foreclosure and his corporate buddies be able to come in, swoop them up, and now you've got bigger companies involved in more of our day-to-day food.